Okay, so this is a lesson on the minor blues scale and the basic associative chords that you can play along with it. Um, so when you're doing minor blues, or basically it's blues scale, but more of the minor version, the scale is a whole and a half step. So we're going to do C minor blues basically. The regular notes we'd probably do, a little bit higher in the range, but I'm going to also show you the chords. So the three chords to start would be C minor for our playing over minor blues. This is the easiest one. This is just a C minor triad. It's just C, E flat, and G. Okay? So you play all three of those together. You just root position now, pretty easy. Okay? Now you can just lock your hand like the way it is, right? Lock your fingers and basically just lift your entire hand and move it up to where your pinky is going to be on the F. And then you're going to do F, A flat, and C. Okay? So that's an F minor chord, right? Then lock your fingers again and you can move up to the G minor, which is G, B flat, and D. Okay? And then we would go back to the one after that. Alright, so those are the three, and you just use the 12-bar blues progression, which is 4 measures of the C minor. You can do quarter notes, 2 measures of the F minor, okay? Then 2 measures back at C minor. Then, now we're getting tricky, we're going to go to the G minor for 1. Then to the F minor for 1, and then back to C minor for 1. Now, right here at this point, this is the 12th bar. Now, you could do one of two things. Well, there's a couple of different variations, but the basics are you could stay on the 1 on this C minor for another measure, because so far we've played 11 and it's 12-bar blues. The other thing that people usually do is go back to the G minor for one more time. Alright, so I'll play that all the way through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 measures, 3, 4 measures, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? So that's the basics. That's how I was just playing quick quarter notes for each one. Now you can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, and then start it over. So that's the 12-bar pattern for the chords. Now those chords each have a number, like a Roman numeral associated with them, because they're following off the C minor scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 degrees of the scale. We're playing chords off of the first one, so we call that the 1 chord. The C minor is the 1 chord. The F minor is the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off there. So that's the 4th chord. Alright, and then the G minor is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's played off of the 5th note of the scale. It means it's the 5 chord. Okay? Now you can also do 7th chords instead of triads, but for this lesson, it's just keeping it simple. We're going to just do the triads. So C minor, F minor, and G minor. Okay? Now, to make it easier, if you don't want to do a lot of jumping, you can do inversions, which are doing the same notes, but just rearranging the order so to make it a little bit more easy to play without having to move your hands so much. So, for instance, the C you can keep the same. But then you can go to the F minor. Instead of jumping your whole hand this way, you can basically you need a C, an F, and an A flat. So what you could do is just play the C where it's at. Use your second finger here on the F, and then put the thumb up to A flat, like that. And that would get you an F minor that way. Okay? And then for the G minor, you need a G, A flat, and D. Okay? So what you could do there is one of two things. You could play this, right, which is a D right here, and a G, and then the B flat. Or you can also play B flat, D, G this way. That's a G minor as well. So that's a 5 chord as well. So you could do that way, you don't have to jump your hand so much. But you would be changing your actual position. So whatever one is easier for you as far as the left hand. And then right hand, of course, we have the blues, the minor blues scale. What we do is you start on your note and you do a whole and a half step, okay? And then a whole step, okay? Then half step, then a half step, then a whole and a half step, and then a whole step. Okay? Alright, and you can play that while you're doing the C minor. Now, when you get up to the F chord, you can do the F minor. Do the same pattern, but just move it, start from the F. And the same thing with the G if you want. Whole and a half step, whole step, half, half. A whole and a half, and then a whole step. Okay? And those are the 3 different patterns you can play. Hope this video helps, and good luck with the blues.